record. All right, so we are recording, and for obviously my topic is essential oils for summer. I chose this topic for a couple different reasons. One is obviously that summer's coming. Another reason is because I just felt attracted to this topic. I'd gone to Florida, got a little bit of sunburn, and then of course went to the funeral or the wedding and got a little more sunburn. And, so you kind of think about, what you want to put on and what you want to use. So of course I always grab lavender, right? And, I would get sunburn like right here, right at the top of my, maybe a little teeny bit here, but it's mostly right here that I get it. And of course I put the lavender on. And what happens after that is actually pretty interesting. You forget about it because the lavender takes away the, any kind of pain. The redness goes away very quickly. And so, what a fitting topic to go into essential oils for summer right before the summer starts. Not while we're in it, but right before the summer starts. So that way we can kind of maybe grab some oils that maybe we don't have, think about some things that that maybe we haven't thought about. Now, this particular class is going to be a lot of DIYs. So get your phones ready to take screenshots, snapshots, whatever you want to do. There's going to be a lot of that in this class. This is definitely going to be a class that you're going to want to reference later on. So for anybody that does not know already, all of these classes are recorded and then I upload them to YouTube. So if after the class, if you want to go over, some of the information, just go to YouTube, type in my name and Barbara Bro, and you're going to have all the classes. We've been doing this class for over a year. I've been recording them since July. So every single week, pretty much since July, there's been a class that's been uploaded to YouTube. So there's a lot there, a lot of different topics. So you could go in there and, take a look at some of the different topics. I have a lot of fun putting these classes together. And I do have them every single Saturday. So anyway, tell your friends, tell folks that are interested in natural solutions about the class. I definitely enjoy having new folks. At the end of class, we're going to have a little giveaway. Of course, the book that I always give away for those that are new. I don't even have it sitting right here in front of me. But everybody knows what I'm talking about, that little green book. I have them in the other room. But I was giving away two items. I've got this it's a little essential oil pouch. It's real cute little color, and it has these pockets for whether it's the roll-ons or actual bottles. It zips up, and you can actually hold quite a bit in this little pouch. And then I'm also going to give away an essential oil for emotions book. So it's got a lot of information about emotions and different oils. Hang on, let me do a good page. It's got a lot of different oils for a lot of different emotional things, emotional needs. It just talks a lot about, oils. Like here's the Repelling Blend oil, which would be like the Terra Shield. And so it talks about, formulated for insect repellent. But one of the things that I really like about the oils is that, they're really good for, for our body. They're good for our insides, but they're also good for our emotions as well. Like right now I'm burning lemongrass and peppermint. I'm drinking lemongrass and peppermint. And not only the smell, but also the taste and just surrounding yourself with it. We're going to talk a lot about essential oil safety today. We're going to talk about some different recipes, drink recipes, summertime drink recipes. We're also going to talk about what happens when you get too much sun, just like I was just saying about the lavender. And yes, lavender is in that DIY blend, as well as peppermint. For when you do, get those inevitable sunburns and, maybe just too much exposure and things. We're also going to talk a lot about diffuser recipes. all right? I've got a lot of summertime diffuser recipes. So like I say, you know, keep your cameras handy because you're going to want to take some snapshots. So here we go. Summertime, of course, is for many people, it's the favorite, you know, the favorite time of the year. For me, being in the South, it's not necessarily my favorite time of the year because, you know, the minute you walk out of your door, you're just sweating, right? And so, you know, I don't particularly care to sweat. The problem is you go outside, you're super hot, and let's say you go in to get something to eat, and the restaurant is freezing to death, right? So you always have to carry a little sweater or jacket or something with you because, you know, you go from sweating to freezing cold. So anyway, I wanted to talk just a little bit about just certain essential oils and the sun. So we're going to talk just a little bit about photosensitivity. All right. Something that's very important for us to know, especially before we're out in the sun for, you know, these long periods of time. We all understand, we all know, you know, the sun is a very inviting place, right? We like to, especially before it gets hot, you know, we like to sit in the sun and just, you know, it feels good on our skin. One thing that we do have to remember about using essential oils and the sun is that there is that thing called photosensitivity, like I was just saying. Okay, so we understand the sun is good for us, a lot of vitamin D. It's a very, very good source of vitamin D, but we have to understand that there are some citrus oils that we do have to be very careful about using when we're going to go into the sun. So UV radiation, it's a form of radiation that makes up about 10% of the sunlight. When it comes into contact with particular substances, it can initiate a series of chemical and biological reactions. All right. Now, this immune system reaction is known as photosensitization. Now, some essential oils contain organic compounds known as furocoumarins that make up some people's skin more sensitive to the effects of radiation. Now, when photosensitive skin is exposed to UV radiation, it may cause the formation of free radicals, inflicting damage to cellular membranes, organelles, and proteins. Acutely, this may result in a temporary darkening of the skin pigment and irritation, much like a sunburn. So it's not like, you know, we can't use these oils. We're just going to be careful with how we use them. And so I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. So doTERRA identifies essential oils and those that have this photosensitivity. Okay, so these are the oils and these are the blends that you're going to want to be careful for if you're planning on going into the sun. Now, if you're going to stay inside, don't have to worry about it. If you're going to be in the sun for only a couple of minutes, don't have to worry about it. We're talking about going in the sun, such as like when we were at Michelle and we were at her wedding, you know, the way that we were in the sun that particular day, we were in the sun for, you know, for a good amount of time, right? And that's how, you know, some of us got sunburns that we got, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. It's not just going out to your car, you know, going into the grocery store, you know, those types of things. We're talking about being in the sun for extended periods of time. All right. These are the oils and the oil blends that you have to be careful for. Okay. And so doTERRA puts this out so that way we know we don't have to guess and try to find out or whatever. Take a snapshot. These are the oils that if you're going to use them, you want to use them carefully during these summer months. Okay. So 5 ways to use photosensitive oils safely. Okay. So while you're in the sun, like I say, out in the sun for, you know, extended periods of time, you want to avoid applying them topically. Okay. And you know, even if folks go tanning, don't put these on before you go tanning. That doesn't mean that you can't put them on. Like this says here, wait at least 12 hours before heading out in the sun. So in other words, use them the day before, all right? Like I know I used to take my kids to Six Flags. And so, you know, I would have it in my head. I know the day that I'm going, I use the oils if I want to use them the day before, okay? Not the day of. But the ways that you can use them, you can still diffuse them. So you can still get that benefit of the aromatic diffusing. Put it on you know, maybe on the collar of your shirt or on your sleeve or diffuser jewelry, right? Put it on the night before, right? Just don't use it the day of, okay? But we all know that things happen, right? So what happens when you go out in the sun, whether it's a photosensitive reaction or just simply that you go out there and you get a sunburn, right? Just like I was sharing, you know, about, you know, grabbing the lavender. For some reason, it's already in my head that lavender is all things calming, right? Good for bugs, good for burns, good for cuts and scrapes and bruises and all those kind of things, right? Lavender calms things down, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about lavender in other areas too, because we're going to talk about bugs. You can't talk about summer without talking about the bugs, right? I haven't, you know, seen any roaches anytime, you know, recently, but we know they're coming, right? And we know they're trying to come into our house. So I have got some really good recipes coming up. So things happen, right? And you get too much sun. Usually the problem is you don't realize you got too much sun until you've gotten too much sun, right? So what do? Of course, like I say, lavender and peppermint. And peppermint was the one that I was surprised. You know, I knew that peppermint cools the skin down, but I didn't realize that, yes, why not, right? Why wouldn't you use peppermint on a sunburn? So when I was in Florida last week, the first couple of days that I was there, when it got toward night, because the room that I was sleeping in, they have it was an air conditioning vent right over my bed. So the first night that I was there, I was pretty cool at night, like cold at night. Well, after being out in the sun for a couple of days, I was not cold at night. Why? Because my skin was hot because of the sun exposure. Even though I didn't have a, you know, big beet red sunburn, it was hot because of the sun. And I did not even think about peppermint. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't think about peppermint, that it would cool down. Now, remembering that you want to make sure that you dilute these oils before you put them on your skin. Lavender, not as much, but peppermint, dilute it before you put it on your skin, okay? So here we go. The best combination for your skin if you've gotten too much sun is lavender and peppermint. This combination is magic. The peppermint soothes and cools, while the lavender provides healing. And the best combination is a 50-50 ratio, okay? In a spray bottle, excellent, because it makes it easy to use. How about this? A 4-ounce spray bottle, I would put about 15 drops of each, then fill the bottle with water, and that's it. That's about as easy as it gets, right? So just spray all over your body as often as you would like. And then you can also put, you know, just the lavender in a spray bottle if you would like, and just the peppermint in a spray bottle, just however you want to do it, right? Anyway, just some really, really good DIY recipes that I found. Take snapshots if you want. This is another after sun spray. Now this one is a little harder because you've got to get that fractionated coconut oil, vitamin E oil, lavender, melaleuca, Roman chamomile, but you can do it in any, if you don't have one, use another, right? You don't have to use all of these if you want to. Just making sure that you dilute these oils and get them on your skin, right? All right, hang on one second here. Okay. All right, here's another sunburn relief spray recipe. Now this one is using aloe vera with witch hazel. You can find both of those items in the drug section of Walmart or any drugstore. Very easy items to get. You put that with your lavender, with your peppermint, put it all in a spray bottle. Make sure you shake it before each use. So it's just, I mean, this is just a wonderful, thing to have on hand, even like, keep it in your car or whatever. It's just good to have this already made up and just sitting there for, when you do need it. Like, I wish I would have, had some when I was in Florida. Because like I say, my skin was, I mean, it was hot. I was definitely feeling hot. So anyway, I thought it was a real good DIY recipe to have. Now, for those folks that have different sensitivities and have shown some sensitivity to essential oils. Now, I think everybody here probably could say that at one time or another, you had some type of an allergic reaction or a sensitivity to maybe a particular essential oil. I'll tell my story. One time I was doing my little mixing. I was with a couple of the different ladies here in my congregation, and we were just making, just adding different things. And I think it was clove and it might have been cassia, two very hot oils, right? Well, I was mixing them up, and of course you're going to get a little bit on your fingertips, right? Your fingertips are usually very, they're tough. You usually don't have sensitive reactions on your fingertips. Well, I did what I always do when I get essential oils on my hands. I always rub it together and I rub it on my neck. Well, within like 30 seconds, I think Claire was like, Barbara, your neck is turning red. And it was beet red by the time I got into the bathroom to look. I was like, yeah, that's exactly why we tell people these are hot oils. You got to be careful with them, right? So, sometimes we do have those reactions to the oils. That's where FCO comes in, right? If you do not know what FCO is, you will know at the end of this class, okay? Fractionated coconut oil is what we all should have. If we are using essential oils, everybody should have a bottle of fractionated coconut oil for a couple different reasons. One, it's very good when you're doing DIY recipes and you're using the little roller bottles, okay? Because we're gonna have a lot of those in this class. It's very good. Like what I do is I do this thing, on my legs for circulation, cypress, helichrysum, lemon, and FCO. On the palm of my hand, rub it together and rub it on my legs. Fractionated coconut oil is very, very good for allowing those oils to absorb into your skin, to give a greater surface area on your skin, and very important, to lessen the, the potency of the oil, okay? Because oils are very, very potent. They're very, very strong, and you only need a little bit, right? So they are very, very powerful. And so to avoid any type of reactions, fractionated coconut oil is a hero, okay? If you don't have fractionated coconut oil, get fractionated coconut oil, okay? You don't have to buy it from doTERRA, okay? doTERRA has it. It's fairly cheap. It's in a cute bottle. They even sell little travel-sized fractionated coconut oils. So you can purchase it in your cart, or you could purchase it from Amazon. You can purchase it from the grocery store. I get it right there. I forget what the brand is called. I've got it in the other room. It's a big old bottle, and I buy it right there where you buy your olive oil and your vegetable oil and your canola oil. They also have coconut oil. It just doesn't say fractionated, okay? But it's the same exact thing, okay? Now, should a sensitivity reaction occur, there's going to be a couple different ways that they might occur. If it occurs from inhaling, turn off that diffuser, get that oil away from you, get that air circulation going, right? If the reaction occurs on the skin, hello, FCO, right? Put a couple drops of FCO on your skin, rub it in, and it will help tremendously, okay? Now, that also holds true if the reaction occurs in your eye. You can even put this oil in your eye. Just be careful. I mean, you don't want to just like squirt a bunch of it in your eye, right? But a drop or two in the corner of your eyes, and then it will get into your eye. Just hold your head up and just one drop, and it will really help. The one
Is that just the doTERRA one, or is that also the store one? Can you put the store one in your eye too?
Yes, you can. Ken's, do me a, oh, yes, you can. And we can even talk more about that, but just one or two drops is all you need. Okay. It's very, very safe. It's very, very mild. But the one thing do not make this mistake. Don't put water in your eye. Bad. Okay. Going to help. Okay. If anything, it's probably just going to make matters worse because it's going to drive those oils more. If you don't have the oils, okay, crying will also flush the oils out of your eyes. Okay. Now, I think probably most of us who have been using oils for any length of time could say that they have probably gotten them in their eyes, right? I think all of us. So crying is a very, very effective method. A drop of fractionated coconut oil. If you don't have fractionated coconut oil, use a little bit of avocado, a little bit of olive oil. This is just, I mean, you just want to be careful. You're not like flushing your eyes out with it, but you are in that sense. One drop is all you need to flush out your eyes. Now, if the reaction occurs in the digestive system, stop using it. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult for this to happen. And it's also going to be very difficult to even to know if that's what happened. But just understand that a dose of essential oils, when you're using essential oils internally, 1 to 3 drops is all you need. Okay. So if that's what you use, you're very, very small chance that you're going to have a reaction. Okay. The only thing that might happen, and this happens to me, because I've been using the Tri-Ease for, I don't know, for the past couple months. And I absolutely love them, by the way. But I find that when I use the Tri-Ease, a little bit of a peppermint, like you burp and you don't even know that you're burping sometimes. You know, it's like gases might come up and I taste peppermint and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. It cools everything and it gives a good even taste in your mouth. So if you want to call that a reaction, hey, that's a pretty good one, right? So anyway, if you don't have fractionated coconut oil, just get it, okay? Just have it on hand for those inevitable times where you're going to need it. And then also those times where you're going to want it in order to make some of these DIYs that we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. Now, how many of you out there are diffusers? Do you diffuse? If you don't, you are missing out. Diffusing is one of my most favorite things to do. And what I like to do is, so I've got all these diffuser books. I've got 3 of them sitting up here. One of the diffuser books, what I do, and this is actually a good DIY too, is I just have a cheap little notebook, cute little notebook I got from the dollar store. And what I do is I go online and I just type in essential oil diffuser recipes. And you will be inundated with recipes, right? And so what I do is I print them out, cut them, and I tape them onto my little notebook. So I have my own little notebook of diffuser recipes that I like, right? Maybe oils that you particularly like more than others, such as for me is ylang ylang. And then I did a copaiba, whereas there's all kinds of copaiba recipes. Get these oils to use in your life, okay? That's very, very important, getting these oils to use in your life. Now, why should we diffuse? Essential oils have purifying properties that are released into the air that we breathe. And so we're breathing in whatever toxins are in our homes, and our homes are filled with toxins, right? Essential oils have a purifying effect into the air that we breathe, right? So especially those of us who work from home, you know, we're in home a lot, right? Very, very nice when you're having people together, beautiful smells. smells do something to our emotional state of being. It is just a fact, right? They can give us feelings of happiness, of just contentment, satisfaction, motivation. There's all of these wonderful feelings and emotions that are actually incited by different smells, right? They can improve the concentration and memory, right? That's why they say before, like if you're studying for a test, rosemary and peppermint, right? Rosemary is known to improve your memory, to improve your concentration. Very, very good to use while studying. Ideal to diffuse in homes and offices to eliminate harmful pollutants like we were just talking about, and odors. Diffusing, which we might not think, it actually helps us to maintain our immune systems, to keep it in that healthy state, right? Relieves tension when there's stress. It can also be used in warding off bugs, okay? So I've got, like I was saying, I've got lemongrass going up here with peppermint. I've got lemongrass and peppermint going downstairs. And lemongrass and peppermint both are very, very helpful, and they're known to ward off bugs, such as cockroaches and spiders and, you know, all those things, right, that we don't like. All right, have your cameras ready. We are going to go through a number of awesome diffuser recipes. Now, I like this one because I really like woodsy smells, love woodsy smells. So this is a really good one for me. But some people love the citrus smells, right? So this is like a flowery citrus. I mean, just imagine, you know, diffusing this as you're doing spring cleaning. I mean, could you think of a better diffuser blend while you're spring cleaning, right? Rosemary to get your mind going, lemon and lime to just bring sunshine and happiness, and then of course, lavender to calm everybody down, right? Citrus summer remix, lime, passion, and bergamot. Just imagine what that would smell like. And how about this one, take a hike? Of course, this is one that I would gravitate toward. Cypress, melaleuca, and cedarwood. Matter of fact, last night I was diffusing, it was a blend that had rosemary. And I opened up my box and I was like, where's my rosemary? I couldn't find rosemary. I was like, am I out of rosemary? So I just grabbed melaleuca and just used that instead of rosemary. You know, smells a little different, but still smelled good. How about Tangerine Passion? Now, with this one, I would double the amount of drops that I use. Instead of 1 drop, I would use 2. Instead of 3 drops, I would use 6. And how about this one, Tangerine Soap? Smell it. I mean, just I could just almost imagine what this would smell like, right? Because I know what these smells are. Bergamot is a very, very, it's like a delicate citrus. It's not like real powerful like wild orange or tangerine or lemon. It's just very, very delicate, but you can tell that it's a citrus. And then spearmint is just, oh my goodness, just wonderful. This is one that I actually wanted to diffuse in my diffuser, but I had already put something else in. So this is going to be my next one. Lavender, bergamot, rosemary, and eucalyptus, titled At the Beach. And then how about this one? When you're at the beach, ocean waves, tangerine, bergamot, and spearmint. So anyway, these are just some wonderful, wonderful diffuser blends. Take pictures or go back to the YouTube and you know, snap some pictures, print them up if you want, and just keep them handy. I like to, especially my favorite ones, I'll like write in my notebook, you know, this is my favorite, or star it, or I love this one, or whatever. But these blends are just awesome. Now, this is where your FCO, your fractionated coconut oil, is going to come in handy. Is when you're making roller bottles, okay? So here are 4 different roller bottle blends, okay? Whether you're feeling tired, whether you're going to the beach, whether you want to calm down your skin or calm down your mind. Those are the lavender roller bottles. I have really grown to love roller bottles. I never used to. When I just started with essential oils, it was like, eh. Now I love roller bottles. And so you can make your own favorite fragrances, use them in place of, you know, these toxic perfumes that are on the market that have got all kinds of chemicals and just things that are not good for us. Why not give your lymphatics a good cleanse using something that's healthy, something that's very, I use these actually under my arms. I use them all over my neck area. This is where your concentration of your lymphatic system is, all from your neck to under your arms, down the sides of your torso, in your groin area, the highest concentration of your lymph nodes. And essential oils are very, very good for your lymphatic system. Here's another slide of some good roller bottle blends, all for summertime, bug off and car rides and itch relief and jet lag, kind of neat little, you know, what do you call it, names of these blends. So these are roller bottle blends. You would use a 10 ml roller bottle with the amount of drops that it says in here. Top it off with your carrier oil. Make sure that, you know, that that cap is on really, really good. You hear it click, and then off you go. All right. Here's another one, Sand in Our Toes, Settle Down Blend. This one is one that I would really like to actually try. Vetiver is an unbelievably wonderful oil, and it is thick. It is thick. All right, we want to talk just a little bit about cooling off, right? Some of our wonderful drink blends. And this one just, I mean, it called to me when I saw this. I mean, who would not drink a lot of water if you were putting these things in the water, right? So that's why what I have in my water, I have lemongrass, I have peppermint, and then I have some lemons. I squeeze some lemon in there, and oh, does it taste wonderful. Anything to drink more water, right? Okay, so I've got some slushies here. Take some snapshots. These are things that would be really, really fun to do with the kids, to do with some friends. Just awesome. Now, in place of the white sugar and the stevia, I prefer Truvia. I don't know if anybody out there does the same. Truvia, I think, tastes better than stevia and is certainly better than white sugar for you, and 0 calories. Raspberry Limeade. I thought this one looked so good. So anyway, take a snapshot of this one and, you know, let's make them up. Now this is a strawberry citrus slush with essential oils. So you can use lemonade. Doesn't have to be the, you know, the high sugar lemonade. What I do is I squeeze some lemons. I use lemon oil. I use clementine. I use tangerine, grapefruit. So I don't use a lemonade mix. I just add in the oils that I want, squeeze some lemon in there, cut up the lemon, put the lemon in there, and a little bit of Truvia. Sometimes I don't put the Truvia in, just all depends. The Truvia kind of gives it a nice lemonade-y taste, but it's very refreshing even without it. So you don't have to have all of that sweetness in there. This carrot ginger. Now, I'm not a ginger person, but I certainly would try this. I thought it was very interesting. The ginger oil, ginger juice, carrot juice, grapefruit juice, and then of course the bliss water. So I just thought these just look so nice. So I wanted to add them in. I like this watermelon, blueberry, lime, the summer water. I kind of like things a little light, you know, lighter than you know, like the tangerine sunrise. I wouldn't gravitate to that one as much as the watermelon, blueberry, lime, the summer water, because it's just so light. I thought this one was really interesting. This was just some person, I mean, you could tell even from the background that this was just, you know, a novice posting something, but I thought this was so interesting. I liked it because I like that idea of letting things steep, you know, because you really get the flavors going. But this one looks really good. This is one that I would probably try. And then I thought this was interesting. Citrus coconut popsicle. I've never tried using coconut milk. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I've ever even tasted coconut milk because I always tell myself that I don't like coconut. Well, what about coconut milk? I think that's a lot different than like shredded coconut, right? I don't like shredded coconut mostly because I don't like the texture of it. Not necessarily the taste, but it's the texture. So this might actually be one that I would try. All righty, we go from nice things to eat to this ugly old bug, right? What bug is this? I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want it in my house for sure. So we're going to talk a little bit about repelling bugs. Very important, right? It's more important to repel them than to try to work with them once they're already in our house or that we already got bit, right? So before I talk about what to apply to help soothe bug bites, I want to talk about what you can apply to avoid getting the bug bites, right? Very important. And Patricia, I want to hear about your first encounter with your TerraShield. So you can share after class. She bought it and used it for the first time the other day. So I don't think there were a whole lot of bugs out that day where we were. It was a little too hot at that time. But I still do want to hear what you have to say about it. Now, depending on if you're trying to repel mosquitoes or black flies or ticks, there are different oils that you can use. And then there are the same oils that you can use, okay, such as lavender. Lavender you're going to find is good for almost every bug. Peppermint you're going to find is good for almost every bug. Lemongrass, you're going to find that it is good for almost every bug, okay? So mosquitoes particularly do not like lavender, do not like peppermint, geranium, lemongrass, eucalyptus. Flies and gnats, again, don't like lavender, patchouli. So there you go, Francis. Francis is not going to have a fly and a gnat problem, right? Rosemary, they don't like rosemary. Again, peppermint, again, lemongrass. Ticks, same thing. Lavender, lemongrass, again, peppermint is there. So we're finding some similarities here, right? So we all know that if we have lavender, lemongrass, and peppermint, we know that these are three that we can use over and over, okay? Now, bug repellent oils, okay? I love both of these. I love the smell of TerraShield. I don't know what it is about it. I like that smell. But now when it comes to protecting yourself from outdoor annoyances, what better way than protecting yourself with what we have been given by Mother Nature itself? I don't even like using that term Mother Nature. I'd rather say God, because we know that God has given us these things to use for ourselves. Now, plants contain a vapor barrier that is what protects them from bugs, right? So why not learn from what they already know, okay? So here is, just a lot of oils. We see with TerraShield, there's a lot of oils in there. Cedarwood, ylang ylang, who would have thought? Catnip, lemon, eucalyptus, litsea, nootka, arbor vitae, and vanilla bean absolute. Maybe that's the reason why I like the way that it smells. It's just something about that smell. So anyway, if you're not into the DIY, you can just go ahead and buy the TerraShield, and it's already mixed up with that coconut oil, like we were talking about, that fractionated coconut oil. So if you were going to use a DIY with the TerraShield bottle of oil that you see on the left, you're going to use that fractionated coconut oil that we were talking about. But if you don't have any, or if you don't like mixing, here is that outdoor blend that you can buy and just throw it in your car, in your purse, in your backpack, wherever. And it smells good. It goes on very, very well. It's almost like an oil, like a lotion that actually would moisturize your skin as well. Now, Purify, even though Purify was on that list of photosensitive oils, it is an oil that is good for repelling bugs. Okay, so maybe use it in the evening time, or just don't use it at all. Totally up to you. Or you can use it as a diffuser to repel bugs. What I have one of those, it's a cordless diffuser, and I could just bring it right outside, put it on my patio table, while I'm out there with company or whatever. And I could be diffusing that Purify, which Purify is a beautiful, beautiful smell. The blend contains lemon peel, Siberian fir needles, citronella, lime, melaleuca, and cilantro. It's a beautiful, beautiful smell. Matter of fact, my daughter, with this Purify, my daughter, every single month, she orders 3 bottles of this in her account. She just needs that Purify. And so it's beautiful, beautiful smelling oil. All right, bug bites. Now, if you do get the bug bites, so if you forget your TerraShield, or you forget your lemongrass, or you forget your peppermint, or whatever, if you don't use the oils to repel the bugs and you get bit, lavender and tea tree are going to be your oils that you need to have on hand. Okay, so sometimes insects will get you even if you're using the TerraShield, because bugs are pretty relentless, right? Especially those pesky mosquitoes, right? So you could put these directly on your skin, right on the bug bite, especially the lavender. And let me tell you, they work. All right, now, roaches are on their way, right? We know that if you live in the South, especially, that you are going to have some roaches, right? It doesn't matter how clean your house is, those roaches, they want to come in, and we don't like roaches, right? Nobody likes roaches. When I moved down here from Alaska, I don't even think I'd ever been seen a roach in my life until I moved down here. All righty. This is going to be very valuable information, okay? I hate roaches more than I hate mosquitoes. Well, I don't know. I hate mosquitoes pretty bad, but I really hate roaches. I don't know what it is. I just don't like roaches. I think everybody on here can say that they don't like roaches. And the worst kind of a roach is the roach that's in your house, right? So let's keep them from coming into the house, okay? These are the essential oils. You can mix them together in a spray bottle and spray them around your windowsills, around your door jambs. Keep those roaches out, okay? Now this one uses salt water, which I thought was very interesting, along with cypress and then also the peppermint. Wonderful, wonderful smelling. There's no toxins. This is definitely something that you're going to want to have on hand. Now, if you don't like the smell of cypress, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you whatever oils you like the smell of, you can use them to keep the bugs out, in particular roaches, okay? So here's a peppermint blend, 15 drops of peppermint, 10, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did here, but anyway, peppermint with water, shake it in, in a glass bottle, okay? I have a bunch of them I ordered from oillife.com, or there's aroma oils, there's got oils, there's a few different websites. You can even just go onto Amazon, just type in, glass spray bottles, right? Maybe like I don't know, 5 ounces, 10 ounces, and make these. You want to use glass, because anytime that you're storing the oils, you want to store them in glass, because they will eat away at plastic, especially if it's a cheap plastic. All righty, clove. Who would have thought? I would not have thought that clove would be one, but spray this around and the odor will make sure that the roaches do not come into your house, because they don't like that strong smell. It's a very powerful smell. Lemongrass as well, very powerful smell. Now, you can, not only is this very good for, like if there's actually, diseases and things, because this is antifungal, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, kills bacteria, but roaches don't like the smell, okay? You can even diffuse this too. So spraying it around your door jambs, but also diffusing it. This keeps the bugs away. And then there's eucalyptus. A lot of people love the smell of eucalyptus, right? Roaches are killed on contact with eucalyptus, okay? Roaches don't like the smell, okay? So now here is a do-it-yourself for different types of pests, whether it's ants, whether it's flies, whether it's spiders, fleas, ticks. These are some oils that you can add to a glass spray bottle. Now, if you don't have all of them, use the ones that you have, right? And as we can see, there is certain oils, once again, that are the most common for bugs. Peppermint, as well as lemongrass. These are some of the most important ones to have on hand, right? Eucalyptus and tea tree as well for those roaches. Now, after the hacks, we're going to go into some facts, right? All right, essential oils. Now, look at this magnification of essential oils. Essential oils. Margot, would you mind muting yourself? I'm getting a little.
Oh, sure.
Okay, thanks, sweetie. All right, so essential oils are produced by plants in low amounts to serve a host of beneficial functions. Oils attract herbivores that help the plants reproduce. They also ward off unfriendly pests. They fight off environmental threats. And they even allow the plants to heal itself if they are injured. When looking at the plant as a whole, they are composed of a small amount of essential oil, on average, just 1 to 5%. Now, if you can look at these essential oil sacs, those are the white things that is on this plant. Very little of this plant is essential oil, right? So acquiring even just 1 bottle of essential oil, excuse me, requires an incredibly large amount of plant material. For example, you're going to be just blown away by these following slides. 3 pounds of lavender flowers are required to produce just 1 15 ml bottle of lavender. 3 pounds. Now, if you take these, if you just cut this lavender and you put it on the scale, 3 pounds, that's going to be a lot of lavender. How about this one? 242,000 rose petals to distill 1 little 5 ml bottle of rose. That's a lot of rose petals. 242,000. That's a lot. How about this? 6,000 pounds of Melissa plant to distill just 1 pound of Melissa essential oil. So that's about 63 pounds per 5 ml bottle. That's why it's so expensive, because it takes a lot to make it. And when I say expensive, I'm talking about Melissa. Melissa is expensive. Has anybody ever seen how expensive Melissa is? I know how expensive Melissa is. It's expensive. $100 for a little 5 ml bottle. I know how expensive it is. I accidentally bought 2 bottles this month. Accidentally. So I'm going to be making a little return here. Didn't mean to buy 2 bottles of Melissa. That's $200. 2 little bottles, right? Here we go. Nearly 3,000 lemons are needed to distill just over 2 pounds of lemon essential oil. So what that means is each 15 ml bottle that you purchase, what does it cost? About $10 or whatever? 50 lemons was used to make that bottle. That's a lot. So, next time you look at your bottle of lemon oil, just realize how much really went into the distillation of that bottle. Now, when bottled for human use, essential oils are highly concentrated. For this reason, it's important to be aware that using essential oils is very different from using the whole plant material, and only a small amount is necessary to induce a powerful benefit. That's why I say, if you're using these oils, 1 to 3 drops is all that you need. When you open up that bottle, I don't care if you're diffusing it, putting it on your body, or putting it in your body. 1 to 3 drops is all you need, and make very certain before you put the oils in your body that they are for internal use. All right? Always turn that bottle around and look and see, does it say supplement facts? If it says it, you're good to go. All right. Got kids? Anybody on here got kids? I know I do. These are some beautiful kid-friendly oils. You can put these oils in the hands of your kids and you don't have to worry about it, okay? I came across a lot of Thinker these past few months. And I was getting a bottle a month, and I was giving these bottles to the kids. I just put it in their hand. Here you go, sweetheart. Use this for when you're doing your schoolwork. Thinker blend. So each of these kid blends, they've got reason for why they make it, such as brave. It's for confidence, for courage, right? Rescuer is, you know, just if you're, you know, getting tired, or, you know, your legs are achy, maybe, you know, growing pains, whatever. How about steady for balance and calm, and thinker for mental distractions, for clarification, for focus, right? Stronger for vitality and wellness, and then calmer for good for sleep and just, you know, just relaxing and kind of toning down, right? Now, I wanted to talk just about some of the most effective ways of getting these oils into your home. For those of you who don't have these oils in your life, this is a very, very good collection. It's the Healthy Start. It is probably the cheapest way to get the most oils and the 10 top oils into your home. Now, this is a little more expensive. The bottles are 3 times the size. The diffuser is also larger as well, but it's another very good way to get these oils into your home. This is my favorite only because I use all of these supplements. I love supplements. doTERRA has got the best supplement line ever. The more that I learn about doTERRA supplements, the more I recognize and realize everybody should be taking doTERRA supplements. For me, I look at it as this is my life insurance, this is my health insurance, all wrapped up into one. This is my prevention. I absolutely love the Lifelong Vitality. And that's these 3 bottles, the Alpha CRS, the Microplex VMZ, and the XEO Mega. These are so good for you. doTERRA didn't just throw things into a tablet and just say, here, take this. These are whole food supplements, so that the way that they're metabolized in the body is different than the way your body would metabolize a compact pressed 1 a day, you know, or Equate brand or whatever that you can get from Walmart. These supplements are superior. All right. I wanted to just make sure that I throw this in because a lot of people are forgetting about this nutrition line. I'm one of them. And so sometimes I have to remind myself, and in doing so, I remind everybody else. If you have this, use it. And if you don't have it, try it, right? Even when you're really careful about your diet, our diets, they just lack enough of certain nutrients. So doTERRA releases doTERRA Nutrition, which is a line of natural dietary supplements, including protein, fiber, greens. It's scientifically formulated to enhance areas of modern diets that fall short in providing enough of the right fuel our bodies need. So they're just very, very good to have, very, very good to use. Wanted to make sure that everybody knows that with a 100 PV enrollment order, so if you know anybody who's interested in getting started with the oils, this is free with a 100 PV enrollment. So that Healthy Start Kit, or the Healthy Essentials Kit, or the Healthy Habits Kit, all of those, you're going to get a free bottle of Citrus Bliss. And this is only one of the many things you could do with this Citrus Bliss. Here's some really, really cool diffuser blends. So anyway, that is the end of my class. And let's see, let me go ahead and stop sharing. Let me